CEO yells at Black Maid. She replies with one sentence that shocks everyone. Clean that up. Now, its voice cut through the air like a blade, sharp, cold, and meant to humiliate. Dozens of eyes turned. Some smirked. Most just looked away. She stood frozen, not from fear, but because she'd seen this before. The uniform on her back made them think they knew her place. But today, she wasn't just holding a tray. She was holding back a truth no one in that room was ready for. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Hit like and drop your city name in the comments. Ava had been working at Prescott Holdings for nearly 6 years, but not in the way people assumed. She wore the maid's uniform with quiet grace, pushing carts and serving drinks at lavish corporate parties, never once drawing attention. Most employees didn't even know her name. To them, she was invisible, disposable. But Ava wasn't just a maid. Years ago, she had inherited a small but promising company from her late grandfather. One that Prescott Holdings acquired during a merger, unknowingly transferring a percentage of equity to her. She never told anyone, not yet. Instead, she watched, learned, waited. The CEO, Garrett Prescott, treated her like dust beneath his shoes, especially at events like this one. And tonight, at the company's biggest investor gala, Ava was standing in the center of a storm she had quietly orchestrated. All she had to do was let him make the final mistake. The gala shimmered with chandeliers and laughter. Investors buzzing with champagne and inflated promises. Garrett Prescott stood at the head of the marble staircase like royalty. His voice boomed, his arrogance unmatched. He didn't see Ava approaching with the tray, not as a person anyway. You again, he barked, eyes narrowing. Didn't I tell you to stay in the back? The room quieted. Guests glanced awkwardly, some chuckling, uncomfortably. You people are always in the wrong place at the wrong time, he added with a smirk. Ava said nothing. She placed the tray down slowly, never breaking eye contact. She noticed board members watching cameras near the corners. One executive silently pulled out his phone. Garrett wasn't done. Get that mop and disappear. If this is the image we're showing shareholders, we're done here. A hush swept the room. But Ava, she calmly stepped forward, pulled a folded paper from her apron pocket. It was her shareholder certificate. Not a replica, not a copy. The original. One executive gasped. Another stood up, adjusting his tie. Garrett snatched it from her hand, scanned it, and turned pale. Ava finally spoke. Her voice was calm, unshaken. You're yelling at the majority shareholder of your own company? The silence that followed was deafening. Gasps spread like wildfire across the room. Phones started recording. Garrett stumbled, backward stammering, This, this can't be real. But Ava remained still, her eyes locked on his. For years, she had been underestimated, dismissed, and humiliated. But now, she held power he never imagined. I kept my shares quiet, observed, listened, learned. She said softly, and now, I'm speaking. The boardroom erupted. Some applauded, others whispered. The lead investor approached her directly, not Garrett, and asked, Ms. Williams, do you have a moment? Garrett tried to speak, but no one was listening anymore. In one sentence, Ava had turned the entire company upside down. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. The next morning, Garrett resigned. Silently disgraced. Ava, now recognized by name and title, took her rightful place in the boardroom, not as a maid but as an executive partner. But she didn't seek revenge. She sought change. She launched diversity programs, cleaned out toxic leadership, and turned the company's culture upside down. This time, for good. What happened at that gala wasn't just a moment of shock. It was a reckoning. Because for too long, voices like Ava's had been silenced, ignored. But not anymore. So the next time you dismiss someone because of how they look or where they stand, Ask yourself, what power might they be holding? Quietly. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.